but I'm steady sharing on my post page on YouTube how these perps are getting away with some of this targeting stuff. Today, I just went to the store, and I've been telling you guys how I've been always tracked, monitored, watched perps come around, direct conversation and stuff. But today, it's been raining, it's wet and stuff like that. But I went to the store, going my normal route to the store, and I always notice some weird occurrences. Okay, when I walked to the store, I didn't notice no van. Okay, no suspicious looking van just sitting out in the open until I was headed back, right? But when I went to the store, I went in, I got the things for what me and my mom usually get, and I got it. Came out of the store, okay, now these perps was, I won't call them perps because you don't know who is really the culprit, right? I know when I went in that store, there was no ice bag on the ground in front of the door. Soon as I come out of the store, someone had placed a bag of ice right at the door for me. Thank God I was looking down at my receipts and my things and getting my bag all adjusted with the cane, right? And I noticed the bag. I said, but what if I wasn't looking down? I would have, because usually you don't look down. You're like looking straight because your body is looking straight. You're in a normal position. When you open the door, you go out the door. But thank God, it was nothing but God, because there's a drop as soon as you go outside of the door. Like you have to step down or step up to get into the door. But usually I go around to the handicap, little I guess ramp or whatever, like side of the pavement or whatever. But thank God I was looking, guys. Somebody put a bag of ice right at the tip of the door. Okay. And so I said, it has to be a perp somewhere looking around to monitor, because this is what they do. These insurance investigators, these insurance adjusters, and these companies, and these perps, and these handlers. And as I looked across the street, I saw this van sitting right there, just positioned, sitting. And I know you could tell when you've been going through targeting so long and personal injury so long, guys, you know where the handlers are. You know where the insurance adjusters and the people who are monitoring you are. Someone put a bag of ice right at the side of the door where I was going to normally go around the corner. If I wouldn't have been looking down at the tickets and adjusting the cane and adjusting my bag and stuff and the tickets and my receipt and stuff, I wouldn't have seen that. I would have slipped and I would have damn near probably killed myself. Okay, I got killed because of it. These people are evil. These people are dangerous, and I believe they're trying to take people out of here with these personal injuries. And if you're a targeted individual, speak up. Keep speaking up. That's why I posted that video on my post page. I shared it from the ex-cop who's now a private investigator who talks about gang stalking and targeted individuals. He just said of dollars from eBay, that eBay employees was sending them people spiders in the mail, cockroaches, other demonic stuff. And remember I was telling you guys about that demonic, how witches and warlocks try to attack you using all kinds of stuff to make you sick. Well, look what's out here in the yard. This wasn't here yesterday. That wasn't here yesterday, guys. I don't think they sprout up like that quick. Usually they sprouting up like a little bug, right? I didn't see that yesterday. Look at them. It's 1, 2, 3. It's a little smaller one, 4. So I had to Google it, and I said, well, are they poisonous? They say by normally breathing in the white ones is not toxic or anything, but if you're eating it or somebody put something in your food or your drink, you can get sick. It'll cause real horrific intestinal issues. And what we're going through in this place, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to disrespect the people who, helped us here and all that. But you got to watch some of these people. Like, seriously, the people that's around you guys, you got to watch some of these people, because ever since I came here was nothing, no problems, no issues when we were just by ourselves. Now, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, we're seeing all kinds of crazy looking, funny looking insects. And look at this, white mushrooms. It wasn't there yesterday. They probably mailed it to them and then they buried it in the backyard. Child, you never know. You never know. These are all assumptions. I'm not accusing nobody of anything. And if you're not, if you take offense to this, you must be the culprit. If you're not taking offense to this, you know you're not the culprit. But this is the stuff you have to look out for, chosen ones, because I'm telling you, that could be a serious problem. You know what I'm saying? But these people, I'm telling you, these people are not who they say they are. They want to try to destroy us, target individuals who have been in personal injuries in order to not pay us or help, give us closure or anything like that. They'll try to cause another incident. They'll try to make you sick. They'll try to make you slip and fall again. And knowing I got to go out here and I'm a caregiver and I have to go out here from time to time, knowing I'm hurt and don't feel good and my back in turmoil and everything, pain, and I'm suffering and suppression. But you know what I'm saying? And if I be quiet, I don't get hurt. You see what I'm saying? When you be quiet, you don't get hurt, chosen ones. They don't believe you anyway, so you better speak up. If those two people who was being attacked by eBay wouldn't have spoke up, they wouldn't have gotten their judgment of over some millions of dollars. So when I hear these people talking about stop always worrying about money, I don't worry about money. Because I manifest with God. I manifest positivity with God. But when they come against you, defeat them. Defeat them. That's it. And I believe it is some type of art going on with this. There has to be some type of art going on with this, because 9 times out of 10, when you peel back the layers, chosen ones, it is an art that's effing with you. It is, especially if you're a black minority, black African American, and we know that some of these R's use these black foreigners to come in and try to F with us too. Okay? They be out here trying to poison you out here. They be out here trying to put stuff in your food, shoot you up with stuff, put you to sleep, steal objects and stuff, and you like, where the hell that object went and stuff like that. All the while there's number cameras around. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe all of them in on it, allegedly, whoever I'm talking about. But listen, I'm telling you, chosen ones, you better not be quiet out here. You better speak the truth. You better speak up. And what made me believe it, because see, what I should have did before I even walked in that store, and I knew, so as soon as I was getting ready close to the door, some men was coming in saying a little directed stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna have to always let this stuff slide, because they want to get my reaction, my response, so they can document it and use it against me in the court of law and all that. So you have to be calm and stuff, because a normal person who ain't going through a lot of this legal battles and stuff would speak their mind really, really to these people, these perps that are paid to do this stuff. Because who in their right mind will put a big old bag of ice right in front of the door, knowing that elderly people be going in stores, and handicapped people, or people like me, disabled people, injured people in pain and stuff like that, or people who just be minding their business trying to get to one place and back and make sure, all of this and stuff. They're going to put it right at the front of the door, right when I'm getting ready to come out, and I look across the street and I see this van sitting there. Some guy in a plumber van. Now, it may not mean nothing, it may mean something, but I'm just telling you, I'll be aware too now. I ain't stupid. But most of the time, it's God protecting me. It's God protecting you, chosen ones. Yeah. They'll hire these people to come. They'll hire people to monitor you and put you through so much simulation. You can't get no peace, man. You don't get no peace dealing with these damn demons. They always doing some wicked shit, and I'm not accusing nobody of nothing, but I know one thing. You can call me delusional all you want to, but yesterday, that shit was not there. Yesterday, that wasn't out there, and today, that bag of ice shouldn't have been at the front of the door like that. Now, y'all was trying to slip me up and make me fall and hit my head on that heavy concrete like y'all did before, whoever I'm talking about. But whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? I can't say too much, chosen ones, but that stuff should have been avoided, man. People be doing shit to make you fall. Some people just have so much innate hatred towards a black individual, a black woman, that they'll sit there and let her allegedly slip and fall. Man, I'm so sick of this. I'm tired of a lot of these simulations, child. I know this stuff is nature, but I know sometimes nature be doing what it's doing because it's wet and it's raining. But hell, what if somebody did put that there? You know that's poisonous, right? These people are sick. These people crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't there yesterday. I know it ain't grew that fast. But anyway, y'all, I'm just chit-chatting with you. But yeah, these old demonic individuals, they pay these people to do stuff like that. All the while, the man probably across the street, the probably investigator or something across the street, watching to see how I'm walking with the cane, how I'm walking with my bag, if I was going to pay attention to the ice bag on the floor, on the ground. No, God made me aware of it. God made me pay attention to it. Because I know what y'all been doing. Y'all been doing this for too long. Ever since I slipped and fell in that stove, y'all been putting me through so much humiliation campaigns, directed conversation, noise campaigns, listening and monitoring devices, all kinds of simulations of gaslighting. You ask somebody, what happened? I don't know. All the while, it's a camera there. How you don't know? You could rewind. But anyway, you shouldn't be mad at me speaking my truth, because listen, if it was the shoe was on the other foot, I would be standing up for you too, trying to see that you get your justice too, or understand and have some empathy about all of what you're going through, because 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't have selected to even come here if I knew I had to be around gaslighters. I'm telling you. And they may take offense. I don't care. Because if it's not you doing the shit that you've been doing, you wouldn't take offense to this. But if you are the one doing a lot of this bullshit, then you should take offense to it. Because I'm speaking my truth and this is my story, and get out of it. That's how I feel at this point. I'm so sick of these simulations, y'all. Y'all just don't know. And people love to call targeted individuals delusional, but all the while people be telling their real stories, what was really going on with them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to bring it up in court because it's illegal. Gang stalking is legal when you're going through a personal injury. I don't know about the other people, what they go through, because some of what they're going through is not personal injury, but gang stalking is real. Just like spiritual warfare is real. You are wrestling with demons, witches and warlocks in high places. In high places. I remember I rented a car, and before I even got to the rental car place, a lady pulled out in a car, and I'm like, she ain't dropping off no car. She ain't picking up no car. She looking dead at me. So all around, all I knew is something ain't right about that. I said, I bet she done went in there and put some salt in the game. You know how they do. Chose the ones they get there before we get there, because they know that's why they try to tear up your cars and stuff, because they can beat you at wherever you're trying to go, because they have the car and they try to take you out of your car. You get what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, you got to watch some of these people, because some of these people ain't who they say they are. And I'm being real. Some people ain't who they say they are. I ain't perfect at all, y'all. I ain't perfect at all. And I know nobody else is perfect either. But don't do people like this. Don't do good people like that ain't been doing nothing to you. Don't be out here messing with people like that. I could have slipped and fell at that store, on the outside of that store. Somebody put a bag. That ain't even, like, you're not even using your common sense. You a grown ass individual and you won't even use common sense. You specifically doing stuff to antagonize a person, to antagonize. This is why I say these gaslighters and these antagonizers, I think they got to be getting gift cards paid, they're getting funding, they're getting benefits, they're getting something to constantly be harassing the targeted individual. Yeah. Agent provocateurs. That's what you call them. Agent provocateurs. People be out here really trying to make you cause harm to you purposely because they're getting paid to do it. I would never get paid to hurt somebody. I would never do something like that to try to harm somebody. And I would never come around somebody and get paid to gaslight them, to get them all, to watch their every move. I would never do that, y'all. I just can't do that. Like, and I'm speaking my truth. And if it's offending somebody and they thinking I'm talking about them, then they need to do some soul searching, because I ain't say your name or nothing. I'm just saying, I'm speaking my story about what I experienced. But don't ever do stuff like that. Don't go around people trying to set them up, monitor them, stalk them, gaslight them, do little sneaky shit, try to humiliate them in the public, try to use directed conversation, try to put roadblocks in their way. You know, don't ever try to just leave stuff on the dangerous situations on the floor for the people to slip and fall. That's just, to me, that is just ridiculous. And I don't care. I know, and you know what? And I know that they be listening to my videos and stuff, and they be getting in their feelings because I can see how they reacting. After I do a video, I can see how people react to my videos in the community. You get what I'm saying? So evidently I must be speaking true. I would never take money, a bribe, or anything to go monitor, gaslight, stalk, harass, sprinkle shit around. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that to nobody. I would never get paid. You would never call me an agent to go do somebody else some harm. Okay, now I ain't perfect or nothing like that. I stand my ground and everything, but when I notice something, I might speak up, but I might take my time to speak up, because you can't just go off the hinges after somebody, because they're going to use that against you too. But the point is, don't be out here trying to do people wrong, man. Somebody put a ice bag right at the door on the outside of the store, and I was the first one to come out the door. And while I was like, God had to protect me from that. I could have slipped and fell again. That's why these people be trying to hurt you out here, y'all. And when you peel back the layers, it's got to be a racist person doing something like that. It got to be racist people doing that. Even if they are legal, they have legal rights to do this, innately, they must be a racist individual. They have to be. And when I looked across the street, I said, I put in my intuition, and I looked around, and I said, okay, they right across the street. Because the first thing I noticed was he wasn't looking straight. He was just in his phone, just typing and typing and typing. And as I went down the sidewalk, I turned around and he was gone. See, this is what I'm talking about. Wasn't there when I walked to the store and was going through the path. Let me get off of here, y'all, because every time I'm on live, somebody calling. Hold on. Talk to y'all later.